I was a fan of Bruce Lee since I was a little kid. One of my, I'm old, I'm 44, and when I was a kid we didn't even have a VCR yet. And for my birthday, my dad rented a VCR, one of those giant top-loading, you know, toaster oven-looking things, and he rented the VCR and 3 Bruce Lee movies for my birthday.
Well, you know, Bruce Lee, to me, if I look at it at a standpoint of where we're at in mixed martial arts right now, I truly believe that he's the founding father. You know, he was the original martial artist out there that brought in the ideas of cross-training and got rid of those traditional values of, you know, you do karate, you can only do karate, you do kung fu, you can only do kung fu. And he started to cross-train with things like jiu-jitsu, a lot of wrestling, you know, and not only just his Jeet Kune Do, which, you know, ultimately became mixed martial arts, but his styles of kung fu. So to me, he's the founding father of mixed martial arts. He's that guy.
If it wasn't for Bruce Lee, I absolutely would not be involved in the UFC today. He was reading, you know, the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, reading up on his philosophy, his thoughts on martial arts in general, that put me in the mindset that when UFC came along, I was attuned to it instantly. You know, I knew it's like, this is what's real, this is the way that martial arts should be. So I can't even describe the influence that Bruce Lee has had on my life.
There's one philosophy that you'll hear many times from Bruce Lee, and that's called economy of movement. And it's a big belief that he had, and you know, being able to flow and to move, but not overexert yourself when you're in the fight. And it's something that I tell my fighters, and I remind my fighters all the time of. You know, to go out there, work hard, but still understand. Just because it's a 5-minute round doesn't mean you have to fight for 5 minutes. It's economy of movement. Pick your spots. Do damage when it's time to do damage.
It's just his philosophies gave me, you know, a better insight on martial arts as a whole. So all of that was useful to what I did in UFC. None of it was really surprising to me. It's stuff I'd read up on since a kid. I trained in Jeet Kune Do, trained in a bunch of different martial arts, but it was always his philosophies on things that helped guide the way that I think.
He is the guy who, you know, again, started to mix everything together: boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. You know, and it was just it was something that a vision that he saw, and here we are today. You know, in a world of mixed martial arts where it's not only a very important part of many of our lives, but it's the fastest growing sport in the world.
If he was still around today, I think he would absolutely love the UFC. I think, you know, that if you go back and watch Enter the Dragon, you'll see at the very beginning of it, you've got Bruce Lee wearing little black shorts, wearing open finger gloves, and he taps a guy out with a submission. I mean, he was so far ahead of his time and had such an influence on me, on Dana, on the sport, on martial arts all around the world. You just cannot overestimate Bruce Lee's influence. If Bruce Lee was here today, I'd just say thank you. Thank you for the effect that you've had on my life and the lives of martial artists all around the world.
If I got to meet Bruce Lee, I think the first thing I would do is thank him. Thank him for not only giving me something to have true passion for, but giving me something that I could pass on and become a master of. You know, just to learn that you know, such a great person, one person can impact so many people's lives, has given me the drive as a coach to go on and to strive to be one day maybe the next Bruce Lee.